Among every world, among every timeline, among everything you can imagine in different worlds, people are there to guide you through stories, guide you through timelines. Welcome to the Blue Mask What If channel. Warning, I will go on a rant for a long time. I am sorry for right now because I have just ended the video and I just want to warn people. I got pissed about a comment and you're gonna hear me rant about it. If you don't want to hear it, and if you don't want to hear it but just the story, please skip to this time so you will enjoy the video. If you don't and want to know why the fuck I ranted in this video, just continue watching. Hope you enjoy, my lovely fans. Hello everybody, it's Blue Mask here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a good, holiday, New Year's, and the rest of the month. I'm sorry I haven't been posted, but I've just been distracted a lot. I don't know how to focus on my videos, so I'm sorry for not being, being here a lot. But I came back because I wanted to record what if Naruto was the son of Aphrodite and Hephaestus. But before we get to that, I will just say something so people get where I come from here. So, a few days ago, I haven't been on my channel a lot these past days because I, of course, got distracted by my mind. Hate that thing. But I got distracted by my mind, and a certain comment came up that I just found out about today. You know who you are, and you can go to some of my last videos to find it. But I got this comment saying that I should switch to AI voice. First of all, I left a comment to you saying that was fucking rude. And it is rude. Because, first of all, like I said, I don't remember what I said. What the fuck did I say? Damn it, what did I say? Now I have to go find it. And damn it. Fuck. Nope. Not that. Not that either. Damn it. God, I have a scatterbrain. There we go. Alright. Here we go. Nope. Definitely not. Fuck. Damn it. No. There we go. No. Yes. Alright. Got it. There we go. What the fuck did I say to you? Alright. Right, now I got the conversation in my head. Damn it, alright, that took a long time to find. Alright, I will say the comment here so you can find it on your own, but it's on my first video of what if Naruto was the son of Aphrodite. First of all, fuck that. That was rude. Second of all, no, I will not switch to AI because I make my own stories from my head. I like telling my stories out loud. I like people to hear them, to understand where I wanted to go with it. And third of all, that was third, right? Yeah, that was third. Third of all, it kind of demoralizes or kind of makes me not want to do videos. Because, yeah, I've seen the AI. I've watched some of it. I like some videos, but I kind of get pissed hearing the same story over and over again. Literally, I can find the same story from the same creator, but different channels. This is just AI voice to make money grab, and I know it. Yeah, there's some people that uses this to tell story they love to hear, they love to create. But there's also the same kind of story. And I will say it here. If you search what if Naruto was son of any god or anything about Percy Jackson, there's some, yeah, that's different, but there's one scene that's keep popping up where Naruto is introduced to Camp Half-Blood. Khalees is showing him around. He tries to Khalees. Why can't I say the fucking name? I'm getting pissed. Khalees. Percy Jackson, Annabeth Chase, Grover Underwood, Selena Beauregard, Luke Castellan, Zeus, Hera, Crowley's. What the fuck? How can I not say her? But you know who I'm talking about if you read the book. If you read the book and everything. You know who I'm talking about. The girl of Ares that tried to make Percy Jackson make a swolly. If you have heard any of those stories, you probably heard of that scene where Crowley's tried to get Naruto into a swirly. Naruto disappears, goes behind her, put a kunai, makes his leg pouch disappear, goes to Chiron, go to Valia's tree, go to sleep, find Valia, and something else happened. Yeah, I found that in Son of Hades, Son of Hades, most of the time, a son of Artemis, I think a son of Apollo, and I've heard Son of Hades multiple times. Not even kidding. Everyone wants to get Naruto into a harem in Percy Jackson, where, first of all, I have a personal rule. So I'm not gonna go into that rule. But you get my idea. Some of the same stories you hear online, it's probably the same kind of creator. Different outcome, different things. But there is some new unique AI voices. But here's a fourth problem. Some of these channels gets deleted. I'm not joking. Look, a few months ago there was this story about what if Deku was a Power Ranger, where he gets a harem, nice, gets a daughter, that's Retalia. But a few weeks ago, I wanted to hear that again. I searched it up. What do you know? The channel is gone. The story is gone. Oh, I want to hear what if female Deku had an RPG quirk. Oh wait, that is gone. I'm not joking. That was gone. You can search up anything you heard from a long time ago. You can't even find it. Funny enough, I heard What If Deku had the Ultramatrix. It was a 16 series or episode that I wanted to listen to. Funny thing, it got deleted when I heard it. Not joking. It got deleted after I heard the 12th episode of it. It gets deleted because it was an AI voice. I don't think they ever linked the stories. And also that part. Fifth part of my issue with the AI stories. None of them links the stories. Sorry about that. I got interrupted by a family member. But like I said, almost 90, well, I think 92, 93, I don't know the exact number, but a lot of these stories don't have description of the original. I can name one off the top of my head. What if Naruto was engaged to Batgirl? Another one. Ooh, I need another one. Damn it, I don't got one. Alright, search up. Alright, if you're listening to me right now, search up an AI voice or an AI video. Let's do it this way. What if Naruto had the Omnitrix? Go to a video, click on it, pause the video so you don't hear it, go down to the description, click on where the more text can come up about the video, try to find a link to that specifically story on the internet, no AI voice, on YouTube. Can you find any? Leave a comment. But I can guess all of you cannot find anything. You can find in the description about the video what it's gonna be like, but it's not gonna be the same story. You've probably heard this story before, haven't you? Don't know what you're watching. Don't know what story it is. There's no description, no link to the story, no nothing, right? Good. You understand now. Well, probably not. And that's my issue. And sixth point. I tell my story immediately as I can. Because I got a lot of ideas. I have an old video idea I haven't even posted, but if I go into where I can find clips and tell about that story, you can see a whole row of uncut clips of me talking about that. About what if Deku was Genji and worked for Watch with his twin sister. I don't know what I was gonna call it because I have forgotten about that. But I can go and find the whole thing. A lot of times I have to do over because I didn't like it. I had to do over and over and over before I gave up. Before I just deleted the thing. Not a lot of my videos get aired. A lot of my video gets gets rewrote, gets re-scripted. So no, I can't do an AI voice. Fuck that idea. Fuck even doing it because I know my channel is gonna get deleted. No joke. So I'm keeping to my normal voice. I'm keeping to how I talk, how I do things. I like it. I want to do this. I want to tell stories. Please don't ever leave that comment again because I get pissed. And I get unmotivated because I'm compared to an AI voice of hundreds of AI channels, of millions of stories, probably 95% of it. It's the same kind of fucking story. I'm sorry I went on this rant, but it had to be said for me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go and be one of these AI voices. Find a fucking story I like. Don't make a description. Don't leave a link. Just post it. Here's the story. It's mine. You can't find the original fucking story. It's really hard to find one. Literally. Search up that topic. Try to find a video. No description. No link to the story. Try to get that title. Put it on the internet. You will probably take days trying to find that. Not kidding. So I'm sorry I went on this rant. I just had to say it, and fuck you who left that comment. I'm gonna be brutally honest, that fucking hurt. So fuck you. Anyways, I'm again so sorry I went on this rant. It just had to be said. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. It's gonna be about what if Naruto is the son of Aphrodite and hephaestus. Enjoy my fucking video. Sorry that I went on a rant, but I just have to say that I was annoyed when that comment came in. But anyways, so little bit of info because I really want to say this. Naruto, Team 7 will be in the story, but not as main characters, because I want them to be mentors for Percy, what he can look up to and what he could be. So Naruto is not gonna be the same age as Percy, going on quest with Percy. No, he's not gonna do a lot in the series, but he's still gonna be informative, helpful, and still be the same kind of Naruto, but a little more grown up. It makes sense when I told it. I think it's gonna make sense in the story, but anyways. So let's start. Wait, is Percy 12? Because that makes sense of the timeline. Well, let's say 12. If I got it wrong, then shit. We start in Yancy Academy. Percy Jackson, a 12-year-old boy, is in the pool swinging around in the school's swimming pool. Percy Jackson is not an athletic kid. It is in his school, not high school, in his school, but Percy still loved to swim. When Percy swam to the edge of the pool and got up to sit on the edge, a towel was handed to him. Percy looks at his side and sees one of his friends, Annabeth Chase. Annabeth Chase is a blonde-haired, silver-eyed girl that is kind of a smart-ass to Percy, but still a really good friend to him. Thank you, Annabeth. You're welcome, Wee Brain. I still don't understand why you call me that. You don't understand why I even calls you that. But you like swimming. I hate this. You like swimming and you're kinda not smart, so seaweed brain. Whatever. So, where's Grover? He was here a little while ago. Oh, he had to talk to one of our teachers. Oh. Is that so? Yeah, he's kind of having some problem with his history homework. Huh. Weird. He's always. Oh, is it about uh Greek or Latin class? Yeah, pretty much. Oh. Okay. We see Percy and Annabeth going out of the swimming area. Percy thinking about something and just realizing what Annabeth said about Grover. Wait, you said Grover needed help. Yeah, Grover needed help. But you and Grover are really good at Latin class. Not kidding. Sorry. You two are the best in Latin class. I know. Like, seriously. Why does Grover need help? Oh, it was just a spelling error. Oh. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Aren't we going on that field trip tomorrow? Yes. Yes, we are. Alright. So, who's the teacher that's gonna come with us? Mrs. Uzumaki and Mrs. Dotts. Mrs. Dotts? Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding, Percy. I'm gonna be glared at. I just know it. Sorry. I really need to get that fixed. Sorry. Yeah, Percy, Mrs. Dodge is gonna come with us. I know I'm just gonna be glared at all the time on the trip. We also have to deal with Nancy Boba Fett. Can't believe you gave her that nickname. What? It fits her perfectly. I know. You didn't know you had good taste in movies. Really? Annabeth, you told me you never watched movies. I know about Star Wars, alright? Be quiet. Alright. Don't go sassing around me. I will sass how much I want. Anyways, what's the next lecture? No, there is no lecture today, Percy. Oh, great. So you're coming up to my room, up to me and Grover's room to hang out? Yeah, I'm coming, don't worry. I just have to get permission from Mrs. Uzumaki. Cool. See you there. See ya. Percy walks off and to his room in Yancy Academy. Skipping to the next day because I don't know what the hell they're gonna talk about. Percy was sitting on the bus heading to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's really hard to say. Percy was sitting on the bus heading to the museum with Percy and Annabeth, and Grover being behind him and Annabeth. So, Grover sitting behind him and Annabeth when they were sitting on the bus. Percy being near the window and looking out. Grover looked forward to see one of his teachers, Mrs. Uzumaki. What? Grover thinks that Mrs. Uzumaki is a... Well, for him, her and Annabeth looks really similar. Like, a lot. But there's still something different about her. Mrs. Uzumaki is a 25-year-old woman with blonde hair that's cut short with a braid in it, with a little bit of pointing in her ears. She had Oh God, I need a picture of the character I'm describing. Give me a second. All right, I did describe her with blonde hair with a braid in it, a sort of braid in her hair with someone's pointy ears in it. But what Percy said was different about her is her eyes. Her eyes was kind of greenish blue. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who the fuck I'm talking about, well, what Percy knew about Mrs. Uzumaki was some sort of her thing. Her full name, we're just gonna call it by her character name because that will be easier to recognize for you guys, is, well, Zelda Uzumaki. What she told about her past is she's married to her husband called Naruto Uzumaki. She said he's running a summer camp out in a... Oh God, where the fuck is camp? In God, I will just find it out. Yes, so I put Zelda as Naruto's wife because I just had that thought for months and months now. So yeah, Zelda is gonna be the Latin teacher in this one instead of Chiron. You probably understand after a little bit. But anyways, Percy always asked Annabeth if Mrs. Uzumaki or her was related, but Annabeth just brushed him off on that and said, yeah, they kind of look the same, but they're not siblings. Percy had an inkling feeling that was a huge lie, but Percy didn't know why. He just shrugged it off, saying, oh, they just look similar. A lot of people do. Percy looked around to talk to his friend Grover when he noticed, well, peanut butter in Grover's hair. Grover, is that peanut butter in your hair? Oh, yeah. It is. Grover, why do you have peanut butter in your hair? Well, Boba Fett Beast tried to throw peanut butter in your hair, but I stopped it with my own head. Grover, why do you do that? We told you not to do that again. Yeah, man, you should probably stop by it now. I can handle myself. Yeah, but I'm your friend and all. Alright, I get it. Don't make me feel sad now, Grover. I'm sorry, man. Don't be. At least Boba Fett Beast will keep her mouth shut. If she can keep her mouth shut. She will. Maybe. I don't know. The bus rode to the museum and stopping right in front of him. Class went off and went into the museum. What he noticed that Grover, Annabeth, and Mrs. Uzumaki kind of uplifted when they saw the Greek or the Latin history or Greek history. Mrs. Uzumaki showed around, well, the museum, showing statues, monasteries, weapons, and old horse riding. What Percy never understood that he actually loved hearing about the stories, about Latin and everything. Mrs. Uzumaki was talking about this, memorial pillar of a young girl that Uzumaki said that was kind of, Mrs. Uzumaki said that was kind of around their age. But some of the students that was behind Percy just started talking. And Percy just turned around to tell them to shut up. But of course, Mrs. Uzumaki heard him. Percy? Yes, Mrs. Uzumaki? Do you mind telling me what that picture is about, because you seemingly doesn't listen? But I do understand because you kinda got distracted by the other students. Percy looked over and saw a man holding some babies with an open mouth. Wide open. Percy took around a minute before he recognized the pictures. Isn't that the Kronos eating his children, right? Yes, it is, Percy. Now, why did Kronos eat his children? Because he was afraid that he will lose his title of being king of gods. Gods, Percy? Titans. I meant titans. Good. And what else happened in that story? Kronos' wife, the Queen of Titans, Raya? I don't remember. Sorry, Mrs. Uzumaki. It's fine. It's really hard to remember all the gods and titans. The Queen of the Titans hid her sixth child, Zeus, hid Zeus instead, then let her husband eat a stone. After Zeus grew up, he got some mustard. I think it was mustard and something else, and got it to Kronos, puking up his siblings, and the Titan War, or whatever it's called, started, and the gods won, right? Great job, Percy. Even though you didn't describe it all, it's fine. It's a long story to tell. But good job. Now, do you know the reason? Do you know what this story is about? No, I don't. I'm sorry, Mrs. Uzumaki. Nah, don't be. It's really not, it's really hard to understand the story. But you'll probably get it in a couple of months. Yes, ma'am. Now, do anyone know why, after, the gods took over and the 12 Olympians came to be, what did they do a lot of the time? Well, the king of gods did a lot of the time. Anyone? Annabeth, your hand is raised. They ruled over their domain and got married to each other. It was not what I thought about, but yes, they did do that. But something else that is kind of not appropriate. They slept with mortals. They slept with people a lot of times. Correct. And let's see. Mrs. Boba Fett. What is these terms for these demigod? These people that's one half god and half mortal. I don't know. Come on, please answer. I don't know, miss. Percy, do you know the name of these people? They're demigods, right? Good job, Percy. Half credit for you, and also you, Mrs. Annabeth. Or Mrs. Chase. Or, yeah. I said the whole thing wrong, didn't I? Anyways, let's move on. A few, let's say, half an hour later, we see the class outside of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's really hard to say. I am so sorry. We see Annabeth, Percy, and Grover sitting away from their class. Percy looked over to see what the fuck they were even doing. He sees some of the guys throwing food at some pigeons. He sees Boba Fett Beast trying to steal some money. And Mrs. Dodge just ignoring it. But luckily, Mrs. Uzumaki catches, Boba Fett. Percy turned around to Annabeth and Grover, hearing them talking about Greek. Percy reminds himself how he met Annabeth after Grover. He remembered a school day when he remembered a few weeks after he got sent into school that Annabeth came as a transfer student from another school. She, at first, was not that kind to him. Seeing him, or she tried to learn about him. After the class was over, he went to say hello to Grover, seeing Annabeth was there. He said hello to her and introduced himself. Annabeth was kinda snarky a lot of times when they first met. But over some time, Annabeth kinda calmed down for him. Not others, but just him. With her being more kind to him than others. Percy came back to the present when Annabeth tapped him on his shoulder. Hey, Seaweed Brain, are you listening? What? We were talking about some of the Greek items that was in there. What was the most, interesting for you? I don't really know. But the chariot was cool. Really? Yeah. I just thought when I saw it that I could race around New York City. Of course you did. Other than that, maybe the Poseidon statue? I don't know, it just felt like a connection to it. Really? Yeah. But it was weird, so I didn't get closer to it. Kind of freaked me out, that feeling. He saw Annabeth and Grover just looking at each other, but just looked back at Percy. That sounds weird. Yeah, it did. What was you interesting about Annabeth? Same as you. The chariot. 'Cause of the design? Yeah, mostly. But also maybe the Athena statue. I don't know why. Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Percy. Percy, what are you thinking about? You have the same feeling. Ah, wisdom girl. Percy, what the fuck? I will call you now Wisdom Girl. That is a... It's not a bad name. No, it's just... Why? I don't know. Just thought it sounded right. Maybe Wise Girl will be better. Good idea, Wise Girl. God damn it. But before anything else happened at that point, Mrs. Boba Fett, or the Boba Fett beast, came over and spilled her lunch over Grover. Immediately, Annabeth and Percy stood up to help their friend, but Grover immediately just put them down back on the fountain area. You two should not do that. Don't try it. Fine. Percy still glared at Boba Fett when she left. But something weird happened. She was pulled into the fountain. Immediately, Annabeth, Grover, and Percy went away from it when she fell in. The weirdest part, Percy saw some water grab her. He didn't know why. When Boba Fett went out of the water, When Boba Fett's head came out of the water, she yelled out, Percy and Annabeth pushed me down into the water. Mrs. Dawes, the hellion teacher, was right behind them when she showed up. Went forward and getting Boba Fett out of the pool, turning around to Annabeth and Percy and said, Mrs. Jackson, please follow me. Grover immediately tried to stand up, but Annabeth made a hand movement to say sit down. Grover looked at her in panic, but she just smiled at him. Percy and Annabeth walked forward with Mrs. Dodds. Annabeth looked at Mrs. Uzumaki, and Mrs. Uzumaki saw it. Annabeth and Percy went forward with Mrs. Dodds into the museum and went forward to the Greek area, going further down to the hall into a room where we see a picture of Hades. Oh God, I have to remember the word she says. Mr. Jackson, 7 schools in 5 years. And Mrs. Annabeth, 5 schools in 10 years. Quite impressive, I may say. Yeah, okay, you are informed substitute teacher, but why did you say that? I don't know. Did you not think we will find out it was you? About what, specifically? You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Jackson. I don't know what you're talking about. Mrs. Dodds, I don't think Percy knows what you are specifically talking about. Where is it? Where's what? What's she talking about? I have no idea. I don't know. But when Percy looked at Mrs. Dodds again, she see her growing wings? And her skin is turning leather. And oh my fuck. Percy looked shocked and looked at Annabeth, who also had a scared face. Annabeth? Do you see what I see? Yeah, definitely. I can see her. What the fuck? Give it to me. Mrs. Dodd screamed out and went for Percy, but Annabeth immediately pushes Percy down to the ground. When Percy looked up, Annabeth had a knife. Annabeth, where did you get a knife? No time to talk. What does that mean? Mrs. Dodds immediately went down towards Annabeth and pushes her away. But Annabeth did cut her one of her wings. Mrs. Dodds lands on the ground in front of Percy. What the fuck? But immediately he hears Mrs. Uzumaki's voice. Percy, here! He turns around and sees a pen flying towards him. Percy grabbing it and just seeing it. What am I supposed to do with this? It's a pen! It's a fucking pen! Percy just looks around and sees it's a cap pen. Immediately just thinking, what the fuck? And pulls the cap off of the pen. But immediately the sword is transformed into a sword. But Percy didn't have time of thinking about it when Mrs. Dodds immediately went forward towards him. Percy just immediately throws the sword in front of him, where he hears a scream. He opens his eyes and sees Annabeth sitting up a little way and seeing dust, golden dust floating around him. Percy looked down and sees that he has the pen again, but it's different. Instead of being a capped pen, it's a clicking pen. Percy looked at it as it was weird. Percy stand up and looked behind him, but Mrs. Uzumaki was not there. Percy looked to Annabeth that also stood up, immediately walking towards her and asking, "What the fuck was that, Annabeth?" "I don't know what you're talking about." "Annabeth, I'm not kidding. What the fuck?" "Percy, don't lie. I know when you're lying. We have been friends for months now. I know when you lie." "I can't tell you about it." "Why not? Our fucking math teacher turned into a freaky bat. Like, I don't know." Percy turned to the Hades picture and seeing one of the three Furies. Like one of those things. She turned into one of those. What the fuck? "Percy, I know you're freaking out, but please listen. If you know too much now, you can be in danger." "Annabeth, please, what the fuck is going on?" "We should probably tell you about this, but not right now. We can't hide this too long. Annabeth, please, after the trip is done. Okay? Fine, fuck it. Promise me, please." "I promise you. We will explain everything." "Wait, we?" "Yes, we. Just go on, and if anyone says anything, don't mention Mrs. Dodds. Please, Percy. Don't mention her. Something else will come. Someone else will take that place." "What?" "I can't say. But please, Percy, I beg of you. won't ask question. I will go along, but you have to explain everything. I will. Annabeth grabs Percy's hand and pulls him towards the entrance, going out and seeing rain pouring down. Boba Fett was standing under the edge of the building where, you know what I mean. There you two are. Where have you been? Oh God, what the hell was that name they say? It's just such a random name that Mrs. Burgundy is about to take us into the museum again. Mrs. Burgundy, play along. Annabeth whispered back, play along. Percy just nods. Yeah, we were just in to see about the merchandise in the museum. Okay, you two. Totally. Boba Fett turned around and walked away. Mrs. Uzumaki came up to them and seeing what was going on. Ah, that must be my pen. But before she can talk, Annabeth grabbed her arm. Mrs. Uzumaki looked at her, seeing her eyes and understanding what it means. Did you forget writing tools, Percy? Yes, I did. Ah, you can keep my pen then. Don't worry. Okay. A few hours later, Percy was back in the dorms of Yancy Academy when he hears a knock on the door. He immediately opens the door and Annabeth stood there. Okay, we don't have a lot of time. Please follow me. The other two are there. Other two? Yeah, just follow me. You need help with Greek lessons, right? You said that you wanted help from Mrs. Uzumaki, right? Yeah, I did. Good. Follow me then. Percy followed Annabeth down the hall into the teacher's office area. A few minutes later, walking into Mrs. Uzumaki's, office, Percy sees Grover and Mrs. Uzumaki sitting at the desk. What's going on? Please, I want answers. You two have acting weird since we left, and you knows about this. We wanted to keep you out of this for a little more while, but it seems that Annabeth, we can't keep secrets from you. What are you talking about? You must understand this, Perseus. This can be dangerous for you. So when we tell you this, you have to move to another school. What? Let me explain. When this is told, you will be in much danger. This school we're gonna send you to is where Annabeth was previous. She was not expelled, that was a lie. She was transferred here because she wanted to help her friend go over here. Okay? I moved here because they needed my help. And it seems that you have to move back. You have to move schools again. We'll come up with a lie. We've helped some other things. That you got expelled for bad behavior. Okay, but what are we gonna tell my mom? Mrs. Jackson doesn't know about this. My mom knew about this? Yes. Percy, what I'm about to tell you is you probably will not think it's real in the beginning. But please believe me, everything I'm about to tell you is and always will be the truth. Do you trust me? Yes, you're one of the nicest teachers I have in a long ass time, Mrs. Uzumaki. You know about the Greek gods, am I correct? Yeah, I know. What no one has told is the Greek gods do exist. Wait, what? Percy? Mrs. Dodds, you said she looked like someone, right? Yeah, like a kindly ones. Kindly ones? We call them that. What? The helpers of Hades we call them kindly ones. Names has power. A lot of power, Percy. I see. So she was a kindly one, yes. This is... What has it to do with me? Why did she attack me? We don't know that yet. But Grover here sensed your godly blood. My godly what? You know about the when the gods came down to earth, what were their children called? Demigods. And what? And you are a demigod, Percy. What? We don't know which parent you are, but it's one of the male gods. I am a demigod. Yes, like Annabeth and myself. Wait, what? Yes. Annabeth here is a demigod. Oh. You're beginning to hear it, right? You're feeling it, right? So, Annabeth is a demigod. Yes. And you are, but what the hell is Grover then? Satyr? A what? Satyr. Percy looked over at Grover, but Grover took off his shoes and pulled up his pants, showing, yep, that man has goat legs. You have donkey legs? This immediately makes Annabeth laugh. Goat legs? Goat? No, donkey legs? Really? Percy? What? It reminds me... Nope, those are goats. Nah, never mind, those are goats. Donkey legs. Annabeth is a demigod. You're a demigod. Yes. What demigod are you? Both of us is Athena. Excuse me? Yes. Huh. Percy. So I was correct calling you wise girl, or wisdom girl. Really? Yeah. Wait, that means you two are siblings. Indeed. Percy just looks over at Annabeth with that. I know what the fuck, Annabeth? Annabeth just turned away. It turned away. I was trying to keep my identity. Anyways, Percy went over and sat down at the desk. I'm a demigod. Yes. Is there anything more specific? You have ADHD, you have dyslexia, you can't concentrate and you can't read. The words is jumbling around and you sometimes seem some other words right. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let me just... Mrs. Uzumaki grabs the paper and writes down on it. Put it in front of Percy. Can you read what it says? Percy just looks over at her. I can't read English or any language. Read it. Fine, I can. Percy just looks at it and immediately it clicks. Yours how old? Indeed. You're over 200? Yes, I am. And you look like that. Indeed. My husband. Huh? I will explain later. So, what's gonna happen now when I know all of this? We will call Mrs. Jackson. You will get a notification that you get expelled, but I will contact Mrs. Jackson beforehand. Or I can contact her now, but it's kind of night. No, my mother is up. I know it. She always looks out of the window towards the nearest water. It's a weird thing she does. That does sound suspicious. But anyways, let me call her. Is she up right now? Most likely, yes. Alright then. Mrs. Uzumaki went over and grabbed the phone. What's your mother's phone number? I don't really remember all of them. I haven't called Mrs. Uzumaki before. Do you know her number? Yeah, it's XXXXXXXXX because I don't know what to say. I don't know the real number in the story. We go over to Gabe Ogliano's house. We see a beautiful woman sitting at a window towards the sea, looking at it with a cup of coffee in her hand. This is Mrs. Jackson, or Sally Jackson, looking out towards the sea. She wonders how her son, Percy, is handled when she gets a phone call outside of her room. She knows that Gabe in the other room is sleeping right now, deeply. She went out to the phone and picked it up. Gabe Agliano's resident, how may I help you? Is this Mrs. Jackson? Yeah, it is. How can I help you? My name is Zelda Namikaze Uzumaki. How may I help you? You know about your son, Percy Jackson. Condition, right? What are you talking about? Mrs. Jackson, I know Perseus is a demigod. This makes Sally be quiet. So? Don't worry. I'm a demigod myself. But something happened today that has entered, well, has shaken up our plan. What? Perseus knows that he's a demigod. This makes Sally stop. Just being quiet. Mrs. Jackson? Mrs. Jackson, are you there? Please pick up the phone. Immediately, Sally went out of her trance and says, Yeah, I'm here. What do you mean he knows? He hears some shoveling and she hears Percy's voice. You knew? Percy, I don't really... I see why now, but... this has gone weird all of a sudden, and I am kind of freaking out, and the others kind of looking at me right now. Others? My friend Annabeth, like I said, in the winter, and Grover, and Mrs. Uzumaki. I see. Can you put her on the phone? Sure. I'm back. What's gonna happen now? Now, we have to make Percy be expelled so he can be sent to a school of demigods. There's a school for demigods. It has been built It's been built 2 years ago. Don't worry, Mrs. Jackson. Percy will be sent there in a week. But he will probably get expelled tomorrow. So, what am I gonna do? I will get in touch with you. I will get you in touch with a lawyer. A lawyer? For the divorce proceeding, of course. Wait, what? I know you married Gabrieliano because protecting your son. I know that. I will contact a really good lawyer for you. One of my friends. She's a really good lawyer. Okay. Don't worry. We will move you a little bit away. We will move you to a new place for a few months when you can get on your feet. Okay. I know this is a lot, Mrs. Jackson, but I promise your son will be okay. He will come see you for the week. Annabeth will be there with Annabeth and me will come. Me and Annabeth will join your son as well. I see. Thank you. You're welcome. Pack some bags. I know your plans to go to your favorite spot. What are you? Percy has informed me about your favorite spot for the weekend. Okay. See you tomorrow, Mrs. Jackson. Good night. Good night. Sally puts up the phone and just breathes out a sigh. She knows she couldn't have kept Percy out of the life, but at least he gets a few days with her son. Let me just take a quick at the time. I will be back in a few moments to announce if I end the video or continue it. Alright, so I'm gonna end it here because it's like an hour long now, and it took some days to finish this because I had to get some ideas. So, a few questions I think you guys will have to me. Why is Kyron not there? I do love Kyron as a teacher as Percy Jackson, but I wanted to introduce a character first that will probably be better in the picture. Second question you might have: why the fuck is Annabeth there? Well, I wanted to introduce Annabeth sooner than her regular introduction in every single What If you know about Percy Jackson. And I really enjoys Annabeth and Percy's companionship in the books and What Ifs and everything else. I just love their interaction together. First of all, why did I make Percy figure that out the same day when he got attacked? Because I thought it was hella stupid for Chiron and Grover to just keep it hidden and making Percy be crazy around the students. So I wanted to do this that he got expelled the same day after the trip, making up a lie so he gets expelled and go to a school for demigods in Camp Half-Blood. Sounds weird, but you'll get it soon. And new teacher Annabeth and why Percy get expelled. If you got a fourth question, why the fuck did I say Zelda is 200 years old? You will figure that out the next episode. And yeah, I think that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This took a long time, and I will come up with a new episode. So, good morning, goodbye, farewell, see you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time, my dearest fans. And I hope you guys enjoy. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed the video, or you want to talk about some things about the series. But please don't make ideas for the series, because it kind of ruined the plot with the Spartan series. I don't know if I'm gonna make more of it because it kind of got ruined again for me, like the Transformers. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment because I really enjoy yours. Good morning, goodbye, farewell, and have a lovely time. And I'm sorry for the rant at the beginning. Goodbye.